Hey there, everybody. So it's Charlie Potters here again from the galleries at Nyan Company Auction Gallery here in Bloomfield, New Jersey, and just finished a marathon multi-week setup of what I think is a really fun, really interesting, historically important in some instances, Americana auction to coincide with Americana month, one of my favorite months of the year. I know that tells you what kind of an antiques nerd I am. And I figured I would give you a real quick tour of some of the highlights of this gallery because there's some amazing bits of Americana, the kind of stuff that I've never seen. 50 years I've never seen some of this stuff. So I figured if you want to come for a little walk with me, I'll bring you over here into Queen Anne Corner first. We have lots and lots of early 18th century furniture. And a lot of it affordably priced. A lot of people don't realize that if it's not the highest level of furniture, you can buy this stuff, 250-year-old American furniture for less than what you would buy for something in IKEA. So these things like these early chairs, some of these drop leaf tables are incredible. There's two early printings of New York City. There's a huge New York City print there, and this one, which is both Manhattan Island and Brooklyn, both 19th century pressings. This secretary belonged to the mayor of New Bedford at a time when New Bedford was the center of the whaling world, so I kind of like that. If I just go down the galleries here pretty quickly, game tables for everybody, starting with early Queen Anne style turret top tables, working back to a beautifully inlaid reeded leg Massachusetts table. Another table hiding in the back, I'm not sure which one that is. And a late 19th century highboy. For those of you that are looking for a big piece of antique furniture, that's the kind of thing that sells for a fraction of what it would sell for in the store. This is a great piece here, though. This is a period knee-hole desk. I think they said it was Massachusetts. Nice dark mahogany. One of the things that we know about mahogany, when you have the early old-growth mahogany from the 18th century, you can tell just by lifting it. When we have to move this stuff around the gallery, it weighs twice as much as the reproductions today because the trees just don't exist anymore. We have a few other pieces of sort of case furniture. I want to move around quickly. By the way, here's one of my favorite pieces. I love this New York sideboard. I think this is absolutely terrific. I don't know whether it was made by Duncan Fife or not, but it was made by a master craftsman. And of course, my furniture friends will tell me that I'm ignoring the good thing, which is a Newport slant front desk here, probably made by one of the Townsend family. So they say that's a better piece, but that's more my speed. Monumental, gargantuan corner cupboard. If you had the right house for it, that's an amazing, huge piece. And that won't sell for nearly as much money as people think it would be because it's hard to deal with such a large piece of furniture. If you don't have the right spot for it, it really doesn't fit in a lot of homes. So as a result, they tend not to be nearly as expensive as people think. Here, I think this is Pennsylvania. I'm not a furniture expert, but I believe that that's a Pennsylvania secretary desk with a slant front and the bookcase on top. Now we're in my favorite corner here, which you may have seen some of my pictures on Facebook earlier in the weeks. We've got Indian Wars, some great Indian Wars artifacts, including uniforms, boxes, baskets, and of course an 1875 Gatling gun. Don't worry, it's not the kind of thing anybody's going to use, but it is an amazing artifact that you never ever see. We have lots of folk art in this sale, including the George Washington over there, sort of the prior Hamblin School. This is a great piece. I love this tugboat. Although it needs a restoration in the right hands. That's something that I would love to take home. Sue, take note. I'd love to have the tugboat picture. We have a very large Native American collection that came from one of the people who basically was the officer on the scene after the Battle of Little Bighorn. And this was all incredible Native American artifacts that came out of that region in the years just preceding and just after the Battle of Little Bighorn, including some really rare objects like this Mexican satillo, which is a kind of blanket. These rifle scabbards, these Native American rifle scabbards, are incredibly rare, as is the ceremonial drum. You just don't ever see these things come up at auction at all, especially here in New Jersey. So there's all kinds of things that I'd love to show you. There's a large room in the back filled with Oriental decorative arts. There's a little bit of French, but not too much. It's mostly Americana this month because it is Americana month. And I want to just end it with some real fun folk art. Some great drawings. One of my favorites right there. And the last little object that I'm going to leave you with is this little relic here, which is just a countertop object, is actually what's left of a very, very early tobacco trade figure. Basically a cigar store Indian, probably 18th century, maybe early 19th century. And I've never seen one, so I think it's pretty cool. Anyway, that's it. If you want to come on down, the preview's on all week this week, and we'll be here on Sunday before the auction as well. So if you want to come down, the auction is on the 23rd, so I guess that's the 20th, 19th or 20th, whatever the Sunday is. And Nye & Company would love to have you here from 12 to 4 on that Sunday for a preview. And you can look up close and personal with what I would consider some real museum quality objects. Anyway, hope you have a great day. Talk to you soon.